All right, everyone. Welcome to this episode of the Managed Service Provider Association of America's podcast. I'm Mike, your host from Cyber Confidential. We're here at the Channel Partners Expo in Las Vegas, and I'm here with Tony Espinoza from CallTek. Tony, great to have you on the show.
Thank you, pleasure.
All right, Tony, you're the first podcast of the morning, so you get to break the ice.
Viva Las Vegas.
There we go. What'd you get up to last night?
I didn't. I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning from Los Angeles and flew down here to make it on time for your podcast.
Well, we appreciate it. All right, tell us a little bit about CallTek.
So CallTek's a pretty interesting company. We've been around for 20 years, and we're what we consider to be an MSP enabler. What that means is that we help MSP scale. So we've taken companies that are doing infrastructure support. They've come to us with 25 commercial buildings, and after a few years, they've reached more than 1,000, more than 3,000. So we're infrastructure IT as a service. That means we provide infrastructure support, not only the manpower but also the tool set. So if we have to do automation, if we have to develop platforms, enhanced platforms to help you get all the analytics and things of that nature, no problem. If you have a fleet of vacuum cleaners, it might seem like, hey, I have 25 vacuum cleaners, but to us, if they're Roombas, they're 25 wireless devices that need software and security updates. We're here to do that.
Okay, all right. This is a fun niche of the MSP world. So you are serving MSPs?
Yes, we work for MSPs.
Okay, so these MSPs are doing, like, you're serious about the Roombas thing, or is that just a fun example?
No, I'm
okay,
serious.
So MSPs doing, let's say they're doing an office park and they got a like mid-size office with mixed use. That's the type of MSP that you serve.
That's correct. So we'll serve the connectivity, which means somebody will actually do the install. Now we also have field support. We roll 20,000 trucks a month, all white label. What white label means, we show up as your brand, but we can help to do the technology rollouts and then service that technology on a monthly basis, weekly basis, whatever the SLAs are.
Wow, okay, so what type of MSP are you serving with this? Because I can see how this could really help smaller ones grow.
Today we serve about 50 MSPs, and everything from the small guys all the way to your big telecom providers.
Okay.
Right, and so what we're looking to do is help to come enable smaller MSPs, because they have the reach, right?
Sure.
I mean, we have the bigger MSPs that have, 100 headcount and above.
Yeah.
Right? We're looking
Those are few.
Those are few, but they keep us busy. But we think the golden vein is going to be, for mutual benefit, is if we get into the MSP that's serving the small dental office,
yes,
senior care facility, insurance office.
Yeah.
And we think there's a lot that we can do for them.
And what would be the engagement there? Because there's tons of those. Like 80% of the MSP market is 10 employees or less.
Yes.
And they're serving these small businesses exactly like you talked about.
So what we have to bring to the table is, on top of the remote IT support, we also have field support. So that means if you're in Los Angeles and you have a customer in Kentucky, we can dispatch and roll a truck to take care of your client there who may have opened a brand new office.
Okay.
Right? Now, the other thing that we can do, let's say that you have this customer that's opened a brand new office in Kentucky, and they want to get a bunch of brand new computers, laptops, AV equipment, etc. We can also arrange all the financing for that as well.
Wow, okay, so this is like the back-end service in a box for these small MSPs, because if they are serving local, and one of the local businesses wants to move to Kentucky, like you said, they can still maintain this relationship and deliver because it's through your extended network.
That's correct. So we would come in as the MSP, we wear their hat, wear their colors, we are them. We'd have technicians on the field represent them. On the back end, remotely, we do all the service. And at night, where typically the MSP will have one of their IT guys cry into an energy drink, we don't have to do that anymore because we provide that service for them, and that way they can focus on growing their relationships and growing their business.
Totally. Do your techs really have a hat from every MSP that they're serving in their truck?
E-hat.
Okay, nice. Yeah, okay, so how's this going with the small MSPs? Because I've heard about this often. You hear about it for the help desk. That's the first thing someone looks to outsource as a small MSP.
Right.
But this is boots on the ground and infrastructure. How's that conversation going?
And financing.
Yeah.
So no, it's so far it's going well. I mean, we started helping a bunch of MSPs that are taking care of, funny enough, right, foot and ankle clinics.
Okay.
So we started with one, now we got 45.
Whoa,
and
that's quite the niche.
And then the question is, well, what exactly do you do for them, right?
Yeah.
So a big problem that the foot and ankle clinics have is the accuracy of the data captured by the front desk staff. So we put a little scanner, and the little scanner scans the front of the medical ID card, and what they're missing is the back of the medical ID card.
Okay.
Because that, in fine print, has the instructions on how to process medical reimbursements. That's something everybody's missing, and it's not something that's done in the marketplace today. So we implemented a solution to rip that out and then push it into an AI API to process all the billing to improve accuracy and the revenue for the clinics.
Wow.
We did that as the MSP, and then the other thing we did is we provided actually medical billers to come and help those guys out.
Cool. So this was in partnership with an MSP.
Right. So not only do we do all the IT stuff, right, but we also offer augmented talent. So if they need a CPA, they need accountants, they need billers,
Totally.
they need people to take appointments. We do all of that, and we're in 12 countries.
Wow. Especially for the smaller MSPs that are deep in doing the service. Doing this back office stuff is often a headache that gets left to the last minute. So having an opportunity to outsource with that really buys back some of their time,
Yes.
the admin work and bookkeeping.
Exactly. And then the other thing that's big for the smaller MSPs is we also implement, Wazoo, CrowdStrike, right? So that they're able to kind of get into those security dollars.
Yeah.
So we offer a total managed service, right? We're a Wazoo house. We also offer the Bitdefender, and then we also offer all the Microsoft licensing.
Cool.
Right, and then on top of that, we also have relationships with Zoom, so we can do all the Zoom Elite contact center or hunt groups and all of that. So we're full service. We have 6,000 employees.
Whoa.
We service today
You're a huge corporation.
about 30,000 buildings today.
What are you doing here on the podcast? You're a huge 6,000 employees.
I'm telling you, the golden nerve is right here with the small business, right? From our point of view, right? Like you start looking at payroll companies like ADP, and they have 100,000 small businesses that they serve. We want to be part of that ecosystem.
And this is your plan through the extended small MSP network. You're going to enable these small MSPs to then go and serve 100,000 small businesses.
And the other thing that we can do, we're also part of another conglomerate called Venture. And Venture is a payroll company. So we can even enable the MSPs as they go to all the businesses that they serve to bring them on to the platform, similar to ADP, and that's another revenue stream for them.
At your position in this food chain, you must collect a lot of intel on which small business niches are better for the MSPs to pursue. What kind of opinions do you have about that?
Yes and no, right? So I think where we always encourage companies to go is where we have the most knowledge and where we can deliver the most value as a collective, right? And where we see a lot of opportunity is in healthcare. The independent clinics, urgent cares, medical facilities. I mean, we're talking a $4 trillion market, right? And they need to be serviced, and they want to be serviced by somebody local.
Totally.
Right? And the combination of their local presence, along with our field support, our ability to finance infrastructure and licenses, and labor.
Yeah.
So let's say they landed a medical group with 30 offices, right? We can provide hardware, software licensing, and then all the labor, and convert it into a monthly payment without any money out of pocket.
Nice. You doing e-health records, practice management stuff?
Yep.
Like, are you providing that as a package to the MSPs? Because that would make the small MSPs' lives way easier if you give them, like a fully curated package that they can then go and talk to the foot and ankle clinics.
We do have a relationship with Advance MD, which is a electronic health record company.
Yeah.
So we can put those kind of packages together.
Totally. Because that would be how you bring all of this federated value and intelligence that you have back down to all of your small MSPs in your network.
Exactly. So we're an aggregator of labor, remote and on the ground, and then we're also able to do the financing, and then we're also able to broker special kinds of deals.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's the trigger that a small MSP would hit where they should start thinking about contacting you?
When they're up at 2 in the morning on a Saturday night resetting passwords.
Okay, that's commonplace. It's going to be a bunch of you listening that happened probably this past weekend.
If that's happening, give us a call. If your IT guy's crying into a can of Red Bull, give us a call.
Okay, so the first, and what would be the transition process? You know, like, walk us through best case scenario that you would take someone. Last weekend was a terrible weekend. The business owner was doing tech tickets, which they shouldn't do. They see this, they're going to call you.
Yeah, they call us up, and from the time we kind of hear their story, hear their pain points, hear their needs, 6 weeks later, and that's pretty long, they're up and running, they're operational. And so they would get a dedicated account manager, and they get a executive director level person that they can talk to on a day-to-day basis about running their operation. It doesn't matter the size, right? We treat everybody like a VIP because reputation is everything. And whatever commitments we make to the MSPs that sign up with us, I want them to know that integrity is number one with CallTek.
That's good, because that trickles down to the same relationship they want to have with their clients.
That's right.
How'd you get into this business?
Y2K.
Yeah?
Back in 1999, nobody knew what the internet was. So it was a prime time for young people to jump in.
Yeah.
Nobody knew anything about the internet. As a matter of fact, in 2003, when 3G came out, everybody thought Wi-Fi was dead, right? And now we're reliving the same situation. I got this AI boom. Nobody really knows anything about AI. By the way, we got a super cool AI application for small business that you guys should check out.
What is it?
It's our own AI platform. It's called Fusion.
Okay.
And so it has 50 connectors for every type of office application that you guys use, whether it's SQL, whether it's QuickBooks, whether it's Zendesk, Adobe, and you just click and you drag and drop everything that's related to your company. It goes into an isolated AI model that then from there you talk to it like you would ChatGPT, and they'll do everything. They'll transform all your data into charts, analysis, so on and so forth.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. So you guys come by and we'll show you a video clip.
Okay, fun last question takeaway. What is one thing that hasn't changed since Y2K? There's tons of stuff with computers that have changed, but tell us one thing that stayed the same for the last 25 years.
Everybody wants good service. Everybody wants somebody that cares. That will never go away.
That's it. That's the commonality.
Service is key.
And that's why the managed service provider is an integral part of this whole small business IT. You can't do it without them.
100%, right? Because at the end of the day, I mean, we started as a small business. We understand small business, and we grind and we fight, for the reputation of the small business. So we're here for the MSPs. Hope we can get some sign-ups, but you're in good hands with CallTek. We fight for you. We make sure that whatever promises you make are promises that we help you keep.
Very good. What's your plan? What's your 2025, 2026 plan to go from the 50 MSPs you have now and beyond?
We're trying to, right now, we're trying to kind of put a roadmap together to create some AI applications that we think would be beneficial to specific type of small businesses like accounting companies, insurance, and healthcare. And then the idea would be to try to sign up another 5,000 to 10,000 MSPs if possible.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
And we think part of that key might be to integrate some of the HR technology, right? I mean, everybody that's running a small business has to have an HR component with benefits, right? And technology is getting put in place. As an MSP, why not push some of that technology into the customers that you're already serving?
Totally. If this is what the customer's spending most of their time touching, then it should be part of the engagement you have.
And
with
there's
them.
Nothing more sensitive than somebody else's money.
Absolutely.
And so if you guys, so if the MSPs here can be part of that HR ecosystem technology-wise, that's just another feather they can put in their cap, and we can help them to realize that. Beautiful. And realize commissions behind that as well.
Fantastic. All right, Tony, great to have you on the show. Tony from CallTek. Thanks for being the first episode this morning. We're here at the Channel Partners Expo live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Thanks for joining. This has been brought to you by the Managed Service Provider Association of America.
You got it. Viva Las Vegas.